This drill is called First 50, and it's what every player should do right when they step into a gym before the beginning of practice, as a way to polish and groove their shot. Most players, especially younger players, will go out to the 3 point line and start jacking up threes, and but they won't really develop their shooting. They won't really develop a good release. They won't develop good footwork. So First 50 is an intentional way for you to develop your shooting, and I guarantee that if you did this before every practice or throughout your summer development, that you're going to see improvements in your shooting. You're going to see more consistency with your release. You're going to have better footwork, and most of all, you're going to see your shooting percentage go up. And so, First 50, it's the first 50 shots that you take, and preferably before practice, right before practice, so that you can shoot well in practice and also grow in confidence in your shooting as you see the results in practice and then in games. This is called line shooting. I'm working on my release and I'm working on my follow through. So I'm standing on the line and I'm pretending that this line goes directly to the center of the rim. So my shooting hip through my shooting elbow up through my index finger is lined up along that line, which it should be lined up in the center of the rim when you're really shooting. I'm working on holding my follow through, the ball coming off of my index finger, and the ball should come down and land on the line. Here I'm working on dips. Dips help provide rhythm and power in my shot. So basically I'm just spinning the ball to myself. I'm catching 1-2 feet or left, right with my footwork. And basically you'll see the ball drop a little bit before I go up into my extension. The ball will drop a little bit. I'll bring the ball down to about the middle of my thigh. Some players have a very big dip. I have a smaller one, but again, this helps provide rhythm in your shot. So I'm not shooting to anything or necessarily anybody. You can do this with a partner, but I'm just working on a good dip and rhythm in my shooting. So now that I've polished my shot with line shooting and with working on my dips, I'll now start working on a basket. My first spot, and I'm going to get 5 reps here, is directly in front of the hoop, about 5 to 7 feet out. We don't want to be any further. Again, we're just working on polishing and grooving our shot. So here, directly in front of the rim, I'm lining up my index finger down to my shooting elbow and my shooting hip in the center of the rim. So I do 5 in front. I then go to the right block and shoot 5. I'll then go to the left block and shoot 5. And then I'll go back to the right hash, which is about 10 feet away, airball there, and then the left hash, and so a total of 25 shots, 5 from each spot. Again, I'm not in a hurry. I'm making sure that I'm settled, and I'm working on a good release, the ball coming off of my index finger, and you'll notice I'm holding that index finger down to the thumb, and also holding my follow through every shot. A lot of good shooters will coil kind of like a viper snake or something. They'll coil that arm back, but I'm holding it, and that's creating what we call muscle memory. So my body is getting used to holding the follow through, extending that arm. You'll see a little bit, not too much of a dip, but I should be working on that as well with each one of these shots. You'll also notice in my shooting that every shot I have good balance, and that starts with the feet. So as a right-handed shooter, my right foot is slightly in front of my left. If you're left-handed, your left foot will slightly be in front of your right. And so my feet are always parallel. I don't have my heels together. My feet aren't too close. They're about shoulder width, which is a good jumping stance. You want to be able to jump your highest from your shooting position for those kinds of shots where you penetrate and you elevate in the key over a defender. So it's always important to have good balance. And I'm making sure all of those things are staying the same with every shot. Nothing changes. And so you want to be consistent with every one of these shots. The last 10 shots of your shooting routine here of First 50 should be catch and shoot with a partner. Since I don't have one, I'm just tossing the ball to myself. But again, I'm catching with my feet 1, 2, or left, right as a right-hander. It would be right, left if you're a left-hander. And just working on everything. Dip, follow through, finish. If you have some extra time before practice begins, what I would go into is now adding a shot fake or an up fake before you shoot. So here I'm catching 1-2. I get to what's called peak position, so I get my eyes big and I'm looking at the rim on my up fake to try to sell the fake, take one boom dribble, pull up shot.